What's up guys, Pidget here. Path of Building got updated so I can reveal my TONKY Bleed Ground Slam League starter for Settlers of Kalgur, as a few days ago I teased this build. Ground Slam is a melee skill that will make a pretty noticeable wave that will travel where you're looking with your cursor. You will deal more damage with hits to closer targets, but because we're scaling the bleed damage, this doesn't help us. Now is the most satisfying thing is the aura that you can hit with your attack. Don't forget, this is even before the buff says me cry, so I think you will hit half of the screen with your attack pretty easily. Fair warning guys, this build is using free Warcry, but this doesn't mean you have to piano all of the time. You're just only using one or two, but both has pretty long duration, so don't worry. I would say the only thing that you need to keep up is the Enduring Cry because of the regen that is giving us, and of course the endurance charges as well. When you will have a little better gear, you will one-shot all the normal monsters with your hit damage. In 3.25 we got a new stat / modifier, and that's the Aggravated. This will make the enemy count as they moving, so they will take triple damage from the bleed. We have 45% chance per hit to do this. Because of the changed vulnerability curves, bleed mastery, bloodletting node. We have 1.6 attack per second, so we can easily proc this. I have to raise your attention. You will use the Transfigured version of this skill, Ground Slam of Earth Shaking. The reason is why we're using this, because this is hitting much harder than the base gem. Second thing, because we want this gem, you need to farm or buy the gem later. You will farm Merciless Lab, that's the third one, till you get it, or just buy from another player. Before me moving forward, I have to make it clear about the damage numbers here. You can see here many big numbers and smaller ones. Now, we will not deal 21 million damage per second, otherwise this build would be the most broken in the game, because this is League Start setup, as always. This damage here, how much is the total bleed is dealing right now? We have 5-second duration on the bleed. So the number you need to focus on is the 4.1 million, that's the real damage per second. Let me tell you a little secret tech. Personally, I didn't saw anyone using this. So you know, we got back the tinctures, right? There is a bleed version as well. We will use it, but the question is how, right? Because we didn't have any mana because of the blood magic keystone. Normally, when you use tincture, it will apply mana burn to you, and it will burn your mana. Mind blowing, right? Mana burn, that's burning your mana. Well, here is the thing, the new keystone, blood soaked blade. This will change the mana burn to quote-unquote life burn. You will lose 1% life per second, and this will increase over time. Luckily, we have pretty high life regen from the Enduring Cry, so right now we can easily get 23 stacks mana / life burn before we even starting noticing the degen. With all of this, we can get pretty huge boost to our damage in terms of numbers, 22%. Of course, you don't need to press this every time while mapping, just for bosses, but with better gear you will only use on bigger boss fights. I mentioned we're using blood magic, there is a reason for this. We're pretty tight on points on the tree already. We couldn't afford to even get mana reservation efficiency and mana leech as well. That would cost too much. The only defensive rule that we would use, that's the determination. But this is got nerfed, and we have easily 28k armor, so we will take the blood magic and we'll use Eternal Blessing with the Pride Aura. This will make the aura free and will not reserve life. Also, the blood magic gives us 10% more life. You know me. If it's possible to get more tonkiness to the build, I will take it in a heartbeat. You may be wonder, can you play this with a different Ascendancy? Well, let me break down a little. Why we choosing Chieftain? The answer pretty easy, that's the tonkiness. The Ascendancy has built-in elemental damage reduction. In the current patch, it's pretty important to get that defensive layer. Also, these two nodes here, Tassalio Cleansing Water and Voloko Storm's Embrace, will help us at League Start, especially the first node table. Capping your resistance with this will be super easy, and the Voloko will give you equally to your maximum fire resistance, so you can reach 90% all elemental resistance, which is, by the way, possible. And if we combining with the spell suppression, then we will become super tonky. The other side of the Ascendancy is just damage and quality of life. The first node is Sivan's Sun's Roar. Beside the Warcry buff effect, it will give your Warcries infinite power, which means you don't need to be near enemies to be able to benefit from the buff that is tied to Warcry power. In short, you can just spam your Warcries even in your hideout. The next one is just pure damage, not even a little, Tukuoma War's Herald. This will give you the Fist of War that got buffed in this league. I hope this is enough why we using Chieftain and not Berserker or Juggernaut. Let's break down how you can navigate in my version of Path of Building. For good leveling experience, the tree is the most important and the gem progression as well. You got everything here. Now let's see the tree first. You can see on the bottom, level 13. You can click this and get a drop down menu and select your current level for the corresponding tree. It will cover from level 1 to level 94. I just want to highlight a few things that maybe you will ask. First, when to take blood magic. When you done your first lap and reach like 35, you can take this note, be aware. If you don't use Enduring Cry, you will lose life when you attacking. You can use Life Flask as well, but it will be the same anyway, you pressing one button to keep yourself top. The next highlight is when to take Iron Reflexes and Unwavering Stance. Well, around 68, and you need to take both at the same time. Why, you may ask? The reason? Because your iron reflexes will convert your evasion to armor, so you can't evade attacks. Because of that, you will often get stunned, and it will be super annoying to play, especially with slams. Imagine you attacking a little slowly and you will get stunned in mid-attack, or even worse, getting stunned like to death. This is why we need to take both. Unwavering Stance, this will make you stun immune, so the downside of the iron reflexes is gone. We have enough regen to just take hits like a man. This will cover all the notes for the tree, because I'm very new to this side of the tree. And maybe you have better pathing in your mind, please don't keep to yourself. In the notes section you will find a few useful tips like how to upgrade your weapon, the tincture tech here again, and the tip before you have 100% spell suppression. With time I will fill up this section with better things like how to craft the gear, weapon, jewels, clusters and so on. I think I will start with this one and will update you as always. This small section is done, only left is the gem section. This is also contains a drop down menu besides skill set. Click on the corresponding level that your character has, try to use the gems listed here. Don't worry if you can't find a 4 link at Act 3, you will find it later. The next section is about Pantheons and Bandits. Well, this is very easy. Click on Configuration tab under the General. Bandits kill all. The reason for this, because Oak would be good, but the 40 life is worth even less than 5% life node on the tree, so it's better to just kill all and that's it. Pantheons, Major get Soul of the Brine King and upgrade soon as possible to get freeze immunity and reuse the chill effect on you. Minor get Soul of Garukan for the reuse shock effect. When you getting 100% avoid elemental ailments, then you need to switch, like for mopping, Soul of Lunaris and Soul of Shakari for a little extra confidence on maps. This should cover the whole build. I will start with this one, because I want to see if this works like that. It's a new build and no one really played this, especially if we're talking about the 3.25 version. This could be pretty strong, but buggy as well. It would be not the first time something new and it's bugged. But I hope that's not the case. I will keep you updated how my progression is going. Overall, I'm pretty hyped for this build. It has everything that I liking in a build. Has good damage, high recovery, and of course the tonkiness is there. Can't wait to see how is the endgame version will look like. This should be fast as well, because we will leap slam around and have almost full screen coverage, so it will be satisfying, that's for sure. Announcement time. You know guys, lastly I started streaming. I/we didn't have the time to celebrate a few things, like we hit more than 10k subscribers on YouTube, on Twitch I got affiliate as well. Also I told you a few months ago my mother had cancer and my father got stroke in his brain, but luckily both recovered. I will start a Sabaton and the stream is not stopping till the timer is running out. I hope you enjoyed this video about Bleed Ground Slam Chieftain League Starter. If you have any question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Peugeot2. Also, I would like to say thank you for my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again guys. Thanks for watching, I was Peugeot, see you next time.